What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good Friday night. Welcome to another stream with TreeCityTrading. My name is Wes. And oh man, what a crazy day. There's so much going on today. We have so much to talk about during the stream. Get all situated here. Man, how about that news from Jack? I'm excited to go over it. We got a lot to talk about. Let me just make sure I got my windows all straight. Let me know how the sound is. If the music's too loud, let me know. I can turn it down. But what up, Casey James? What up, ARS6? Welcome, welcome. Shout out to the 5 watchers. Want to talk about Zen so bad, but we got a whole show planned. You know, every Friday at 8, or I guess at 9 today, we're doing the $100 DCA. We got a couple altcoin dips to buy. Take a look at the market TA, but I'm excited to get into the Zen stuff. That's what we're really here for, right? So as always, we'll start off in Bitcoin, and let me change this music. Go Go back to our lo-fi. I like the lo-fi. VMPX train leaving the station, 12 cents already. Am I wrong to be more bullish on VMPX than X1? Nah, I mean, we'll get there. Let's get through the... Alright, so taking a look at Bitcoin on the daily chart. We're really just staying in the same range. We've been going sideways since early May. Just bouncing between 25 and 27K. Right now, I mean, look at these candles. They got some big wicks, but they're not going anywhere. We're just kind of trending sideways. If we flip over to crypto bubbles, you can see we definitely have some movement on the day. And what's interesting is Bitcoin's not really moving, but our altcoins are all over the place. You can see Cardano's down 9%, Matic's down 8%, Pulsechain's down 8%. We have a couple that are up, like Doge. You know, Doge isn't really being named as a security by the SEC, so Doge is up 3%. We got XRP up 2%. A lot of people talking about the case being over soon. Hex is up 3% after the massive dump it took yesterday. But yeah, you can see there's a lot of red in the projects that were named by the SEC. Solana down 8%, Woo Network down 8%, and there's just a lot of big sales on these projects that are named securities. We'll move quick here. Let's go take a look at Dex Screener. Take a look at our watch list like we always do. Start off with the main watch list, and this is really surprising to me. Zen is currently down 30% after the news on the day. And I think this is a lot of people were preparing for the moon party, but now that they understand that VMPX is going to be a big part of the Zen ecosystem and the X1 airdrop, they're going to try to get some VMPX, and that's why we see the price of VMPX going parabolic right now. But looking around the Zen ecosystem, it's looking kind of rough because of that allocation. So right now Zen's down 30%, Matic Zen's down 20%, DB Zen's down 25%. There really wasn't much mention of DB Zen as far as the X1 plans. They kind of made it clear that's Roz's project, that's Starfish Technologies. You know, they'll honor the burn and everything like they said, but it's not really a part of the Fair Crypto team. You know, it's a separate team. It's a good project and they love it. You know, it's the heavy hitter DeFi in the Zen ecosystem, but it's kind of separated from Fair Crypto and what Zen's doing. You can see Phantom DXN's down 8%. Phoenix has absolutely no volume on Phoenix. It's kind of concerning. One transaction for $26. So it's kind of rough over there. Very little liquidity, only $400. Hopefully that starts to pick up. Very little volume on Zen Doge as well. Only 4 transactions for $500. But you can see with Zen Doge, we're kind of just bouncing around in our descending triangle here. Let's switch over, take a look at our watch list for the, what do we got next? Pulsechain. Pulsechain definitely got overshadowed by the Zen news today, but we can see that the incentive token took a huge dip today, down 20% in the last 24 hours. Totally fell through all of our resistances. We can see it was kind of bouncing around in here, but can kind of see a new resistance line forming here, kind of something like this. So will this hold? Maybe. Hopefully it does, but people aren't very bullish on Pulsechain right now, especially after the big hex whale sold yesterday on ETH. A lot of FUD, a lot of negative talk over there. I'm just holding. I'm not doing anything. I got all my Pulsechain. I got all my PulseX. It's stashed. It's good. All my focus is going into Zen, but I still have my Pulsechain and it's hanging out there. It did mint a couple NFTs on Pulsechain earlier, you know, when the gas was really low. Seems like people are dumping DB Zen for VMPX. It's possible. That's so ill-advised though. That's just FOMO. You know, they kind of heard the news. We don't really understand the news. We have to kind of process what we heard today, which is what I'm going to be doing. We're definitely going to take a look. I'm going to put the light paper into ChatGPT in a little bit. We're going to go over what was talked about today, what was said in the video, and what we can truly expect. I think there's a lot of emotion. A lot of people had their own expectations, like, oh, the moon party's going to be this. We're going to get this certain allocation to DBZen, and it's going to be this. And it's just, that's not what their plan was, you know. And it is a community-driven project, so there might be some changes to be made, but we'll see what happens. Casey says, I want DBZen to fall so I can buy cheaper. Oh, I know, right? The cheapest DBZen buy I got was right around $5, so I'm sitting pretty nice. Working towards my goal of 100. I don't have 100 DBZen. I think I'm sitting at like 75 right now. Just burning that Zen, getting little by little every day. Take a look at Zen, and you can see it, the news is really impacting all the side chains, because everyone thought that the side chains would be able to participate in the moon party, be able to burn the Zen, but it's really only going to be Zen on ETH, which is the biggest dumper, which is I'm kind of confused by that. I would be buying Zen. I would be selling my Zen on these side chains, which is what I did. We'll get into that, some of my personal strategy as well. But the Zen on the side chains should either be moved to ETH or moved to Bitcoin if you really want to maximize your X1 allocation. Oh man, that's a good price. Yeah, $5 is a good price for sure. I just happened to catch that wick when it shot down to $1. I had some alerts on CoinStats set for $5, so my phone went off. I looked, and it went all the way down to 1, and it was like $3.50. And by the time I got my ETH moved, it was already back up to 5. And then like now it's up to what? Even after the dump today, let's take a look at the DBZen watch list here. It's still at $8, so. Big dump today, 26% down, but you can see we're still quite above where we were. Hopefully this just becomes another higher low, and we kind of have this trend line going up. You know, maybe we'll just bounce around on this, because there's still that bullish DBZen news. There's going to be DBZen NFTs and bigger rewards, and you know, burn your future Zen. That's still a thing, and that burn allocation still counts towards your X1 allocation. There's a lot of people complaining that 1/3 of the allocation's going to VMPX, but 2/3 are going to burning. So it's like, can't make everybody happy. What up, Bailey? Welcome, welcome. We're talking about Zen. The Zen ecosystem had some big news today, getting ready for the release of their blockchain. So we're going to be talking about that, going over the light paper and everything for the Zen blockchain, the X1 blockchain. But yeah, kind of a red day for alts. Let's take a look at the big movers. Kind of zoom out on the 4-hour here, and you can see Zen. Oof. Got up to 223, currently sitting at 158, so that's a heck of a dump. I have a feeling people are selling their Zen to move into Bitcoin to buy some VMPX. How many trades I've missed out on moving funds around. Oh, I know, right? Man, I'm stuck in Bitcoin right now. Look at this. So I wanted to buy some more VMPX. I'm up to like 3,000. And if you check out the mempool, I don't know how this happened. I'm still learning. This was a mistake on my part. I totally admit to this being my mistake. But I sent these transactions, and I swear I set the VB a second for like 90. Or the Satoshis by VB or whatever, the fee rate. Yeah, see, so I set it for 90, but for some reason it says the effective fee rate is 15. So I'm not sure why it's 15 instead of 90. I'm not sure what I did there. Like, did some get spent and it can't use the full 90? I was a little confused by that. So this transaction's just stuck. I put it in 5 hours ago, during the announcement, and it's been saying it's going to arrive in an hour, but when we really zoom out on this, like, it hasn't even been close. This is the 15 sats per VB, and it's just stuck there. I need this box to cross this line. Can I hold VMPX BRC on MetaMask, or do I need Unisat? Yeah, you need a Taproot wallet. Unisat's nice because it integrates with the marketplace, but you can also use there's like the Hero wallet. Here, let's see. Oh, I don't have it imported on this computer. There's a couple different wallets you can use, but Unisat's definitely my favorite. I like Unisat for my Bitcoin inscriptions and ordinals. So yeah, I'm kind of stuck on this gas transaction. I'm waiting for some Bitcoin to hit. You can see I got some over earlier. I moved it over to BitGet. I used the BitGet exchange to purchase a couple thousand VMPX, just testing it. I was able to move it successfully, and when I moved it successfully and it confirmed and I received it in my wallet, I wanted to do some more, so I sent another $100 over, and for some reason it's doing this weird gas thing. I don't know what happened. Totally my fault. Yeah, I was, there's no way to speed it up, I guess, so that's what this means, RBF. The transaction does not support replaced by fee and cannot be fee bumped using this method. So I guess if this is green, that means RBF's active, and I could do that, but I'm not sure how to initiate these things and turn these things on. Pretty new to the actually using the Bitcoin blockchain, but it's a lot of fun. So what should strategy be for VMPX? Should I try to buy stash VMPX BRC or buy up ETH Zen? I'm doing both, honestly. I did some Zen mints. You know, the Gwei is down so much right now. I got a Zen mint off at 16 earlier. Right now it's sitting at 17. I mean, if you have a way to get some ETH and mint some Zen, now is the time. But also the VMPX is kind of difficult, especially if you're in the United States. If you do want to use an exchange like BitGet, it's illegal to use in the United States, so you got to fly out of the country for a couple hours and come back. You know, make sure you have a strong VPN and everything. But yeah, let's go take a look at the VMPX chart. I know that's one of the green things for today. Holy shit, look at that thing. It's awesome. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, look at that. 43%. And that's just on the daily, what time? Yeah, on the daily close. Let's see what the whole measured move is. 300% since June 6th. So that's a solid move. I actually got some. I was pretty happy about that move. Wasn't much, but you swapped ETH for BTC on ThorSwap. I actually use Rubik. Rubik's a really nice cross-chain bridge. Maybe I'll demo that for you guys right now. Let me see. I only got 20 bucks of ETH. I got probably like 50 cents of Cardano. $3. But yeah, Rubik's nice. I mean, it's just a simple cross-chain bridge. You can, you know, they have the different networks, and then they also tokens on the network. So if you have like a Matic on Polygon or USDC or USDT on Polygon, you can actually move those tokens and not just the native coin. So if I wanted to go, you know, Matic to Bitcoin, I just plop my Unisat address in here. And this is definitely safe. I've used this probably hundreds of times. It's Rubik.exchange. Make sure the domain's correct. I wonder if I could move this little amount. That'd be funny. I mean, fees are cheap on Matic, right? How much is 20 Matic in Satoshis? Probably won't even cover the fee, right? Three zeros, 469. Or I could just switch over to ETH. I got 306. And see, I can actually pop my Taproot address in there, so I don't really need to worry about withdrawing from the exchange to Taproot and all that. if I already have these coins in my wallet, you know, if I have a stash of ETH or a stash of USDT somewhere, I can use these cross-chain bridges. And these are basically just bridge aggregators, kind of like 1inch, or, you know, it'll find the best option for you. So this one wants to use the centralized now, or the change now, which is a centralized exchange. Has seller tradable tokens VMPX. Not sure what you mean, my dude. But let's go take a look. Let's start digging into what VMPX and what X1 are. I think the big thing that's getting overshadowed here is that the X1 light paper was released. I think it was like version 1.2. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna harness the power of artificial intelligence. And I actually bought the subscription version of ChatGPT. Sorry, trying to log in. Give me 1 second. On that note, my VMPX is in my SegWit wallet. Do I need to move to a Taproot address? If so, how? Yeah, you can. I had the same problem. So my VMPX ended up in my SegWit wallet. What you have to do is go to the Unisat wallet and turn it into a transfer inscription, and then you'll be able to send that transfer inscription to yourself. You don't need to use a bridge or anything. You can send it straight to your Taproot address, but the key is making it transferable. So you'd come into your Unisat, you click on transfer, and basically you inscribe the transfer. So say you want to do, you know, 1,000 VMPX or whatever. And I could actually inscribe. Yeah, I don't want to do that because it's going to cost gas, but I could actually inscribe a transfer, and then once I have that transfer, I can send that to somebody. I believe you can only do the transfers. Yeah, I'm not sure what I was going to say there. But if you notice, when I come over to my SegWit wallet here, I switch over to my SegWit and Unisat, I still have this VMPX here, and it says that I have 1,000 available, but I transferred it. So even though this inscription is still, I have the Satoshi that are inscribed in my wallet, I actually turned it into a transferable one and sent it to my Taproot wallet. So I essentially have 0 now, even though that still shows in my wallet. And then I can go back to my Taproot and I can actually see where my VMPX is. Hopefully that answers your question. Let me know. But let's go back to 1 second here. Motherfuck. Well, anyways, forgot I was using my screen instead of my, that's funny. Let's try to get back into ChatGPT. So 1040 VMPX means it's still tradable in the future for 1/3 of Zen. No, that's your amount, or the amount that I had, but since I turned it into a transferable inscription and moved it, it's not really in my wallet. Still sees that in there, but it's unavailable for me to do anything. I'll be honest, I'm not sure how that works, but it's kind of strange how that all ties together. Oh, I hate passwords. You gotta stay secure. You gotta have secure passwords. Use best practices. The best practices are there for a reason. Turn on MFA every chance you get. then complain about it every time you do, every time you have to use it. That's what I do. Come on, GPT, killing me. Let's go back to this chart. This is beautiful. Up to 12 cents on Gate.io. And this is what I was saying earlier. There was actually an arbitrage opportunity. If you can come over to CoinMarketCap, all the exchanges have these built-in market makers, and they essentially watch the prices of the other exchanges. Oh, I got bonked again. God damn it. Oh, it's under my other email. Okay. But basically, they all use the same APIs and base the price off each other. But the price on the Unisat marketplace and the Ordinal wallet marketplace, it shot up to 12-15%, but the price was still 7 and 8% on BitGet and Gate.io. So there was definitely a chance there where you could have got some cheaper ones. But now the price is catching up on CoinMarketCap, and you can see you can buy it for 13 cents or 12. It's 12 cents on BitGet, 13 cents on Gate.io. Let's see what it's going for over on Unisat. All right, we got ChatGPT going too. So now this is interesting. So now it's actually cheaper to buy it on the Unisat wallet itself. So you can actually buy 1,000 for 11 cents. It's about $125. But on Gate.io, it's going for 13 cents. And on these other ones, Novadax, it's going for 26 cents. I wonder what it's going for on Ordinal's wallet right now. Let's see. Look at that Gwei on ETH right now. It's only 18 Gwei. That's beautiful. Mint your Zen if you got some ETH. Now is the time. What's up, D-Angel? Welcome, welcome. What's up, Tech Ken? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the screen. Shout out to the 17 watchers. We're just going over the Zen news. I'm getting ready to pop the X1 light paper into ChatGPT and ask it some questions. But we're just taking a look at the discrepancy of the price of VMPX. So right now, if you want to get in early to VMPX, you got to find the right price. If you look at Ordinal's wallet, the cheapest bid's 25 cents. In the Unisat marketplace, it's 11 cents. But then on the exchanges, it's 12 to 13 cents. So the price is different everywhere right now. Earlier, there was a huge spread where you can get it for 7 cents on BitGet, but it was going for 16 cents on Unisat and Ordinals. The price is now starting to, the arbitrage is kind of working through, and it's kind of working itself out. So now everything's kind of, the prices are starting to match up, but I'm really surprised at Unisat. I mean, look at these prices. I wish I had $100 in my Unisat wallet right now. What did I miss? Oh man, big news, big news. I'm stuck here doing ETHZen to wait. Yep, for sure. This all looks confusing. It is a bit confusing. It's just built on old tech. And I will be honest, that first day I lost a bunch of Bitcoin. Not a bunch of Bitcoin, maybe like 50 bucks trying to mint, but the token's minted after. So I have inscriptions from that first day, but the mint had already closed, but it's still inscribed and gave me VMPX that's not really worth anything. I have these like false inscriptions or whatever. VMPX is the token, correct? Yeah, yep. It's the token on the Bitcoin network. So let's get into that. Let's actually dive into what we're talking about here. So I actually upgraded to ChatGPT 4, and it's got some really sweet plugins in here that we can use to look at things like PDFs or YouTube videos, and it'll actually pull that information into its data set, and then you can ask it questions about the data set. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pop in the X1 light paper and the Zen light paper. and we're going to ask it some questions. I want the Zen light paper. Let's see. And this is pretty sick what you can do. This is actually kind of scary because prior GPT was just relying on its old, training data, but now you can actually feed it data and ask it questions about it. So I'm going to say, please review these 2 PDFs. Do not answer yet. We are building a data set to be able to ask questions. Let me know when you're ready for more. Did you watch live with Jake today? With Crypto Kindness with Jack? Yeah, I did. It shook the Zen ecosystem. So that's what we're talking about today. A lot of people are really surprised that the X1 airdrop, that VMPX is getting 1/3 of the total allocation of the X1 airdrop, which it kind of makes sense to me because the goal of X1 is to be kind of a cross-chain, like layer 0, layer 1 type blockchain where people can bridge from all these different chains. That's kind of what I'm envisioning. Yeah, it's tough, KC James. It's technically illegal, but you can use a VPN. There's no KYC. There is no KYC for BitGet. So I wanted to see, I'm curious if the closed captioning for their video is finished. That'd be awesome. Because the ChatGPT 4 can actually grab the closed captioning. So let's see. Yeah, it's still unavailable, unfortunately. But okay, so give me a short and sweet 3-point overview of the X1 blockchain and how the allocation will work. So let's see. Let's get to it. Get into the nerdy, nitty-gritty stuff. Shout out to the 16 watchers. Take the DeFi route. You're gonna need to learn it. For sure. For sure. And by DeFi route, he means the decentralized exchanges. Technically, Unisat is kind of centralized, but it's Bitcoin, so. Okay, so the X1 blockchain. Actually, let me turn this music down. We're gonna turn this into a little story time. Take a sip here. So the first thing is the X1 blockchain overview. The X1 blockchain is a decentralized, scalable, and secure blockchain platform designed for the creation and management of digital assets. We basically knew that. That's the definition of a blockchain. It uses a unique consensus mechanism called proof of participation, which rewards users. I think it's confusing it with the Zen light paper. X1 blockchain is designed to be eco-friendly and energy efficient, with a focus on reducing carbon blah blah, all basic blockchain stuff. Now this is the nitty-gritty that we really want to get into. The X1 blockchain will have a total supply of 1 billion tokens. We knew that, and this is what really shook the news today. So 40% will be allocated to the community through the proof of participation. 30% will be reserved for the I don't know what the hell this is. I think it's confused because I added the Zen light paper in there. Let's do one with just the X1 because we know about Zen. We need to learn about the X1. ChatGPT, you're failing me. Failing me. Yeah, I gotta learn to use MoonPay. Yeah, MoonPay's a good on-ramp. For sure. I think I retweeted that earlier. Oh yeah, we gotta do this too. Also, I happen to get the new t-shirts today, so these are kind of the proof of concept shirts. Got the TreeCityTrading, the I burned my Zen for DBZen, and the Pulsechain.com. Just kind of testing them out, see what quality we got here. But hopefully we got those coming out soon. I'm gonna get those on the website. But man, there's so much going on today. Got to find that light paper. Here we go. Give me a, let's use the ChatGPT-4 with the plugins, use the link reader. Give me an overview of the X1 allocation. Be detailed on how the allocation will work and how it will be broken down. Yep, ChatGPT. We're going to ask it about the X1 light paper. See if we can get some answers here. Hello, VMPX on X1 DevNet. Let's go. Yes, sir. So while ChatGPT's typing that out, I was messing with this earlier. This is kind of fun. So you can actually mint your VMPX. And I guess this is how one of the steps in the allocation will work. This is going to be the minting of VMPX on Ethereum. And basically what you do is you come over, the website will look like this. This is the test net. It's running on the X1 DevNet. And you can just come over here, you set your power, and you mint your VMPX. I think I have the validator set wrong. Anyways, let's get back to the white paper. So the light paper covered basically three main topics. The Zen proof of burn. These are the different allocations, the different ways that you can get X1 is the proof of burn. And this is the burning Zen to get the X1. This is what everybody's doing. Any wallet address that participated in the Zen proof of burn using various Zen related projects is qualified to receive XZen tokens on the X1 blockchain proportionally based to the market cap ratios of such blockchains. We kind of knew that, and today we're surprised by the percentages, the allocations, but we kind of knew that already. Also the daily auctions. So this was something new. This is basically the moon party. This allows people to burn Zen via daily auction lasting 333 24-hour periods. And then also the single day mint rush. I'm sorry, this is the moon party, the single day mint rush, which involves minting a bridge token, VMPX. So VMPX is going to be the bridge token for the X1 blockchain. That was some of the other big news that came out today. And this is what the DApp will look like for the single day mint rush on the Ethereum chain. It involves minting a bridge token, VMPX, during a single day 8 to 12 hour mint rush on the Ethereum chain. It's basically talking about the the block producers earning rewards. So this was really surprising. This is something that I don't think anybody expected, a bridge token. So VMPX token serves as the bridge liquidity token connecting the Bitcoin and Ethereum blockchains. It exists as a BRC20 token on the Bitcoin side and an ERC20 token on the Ethereum side, both having a total supply of over 100 million. VMPX tokens can convert their tokens to X1 native coins on the X1 blockchain at a ratio of 1:3 using smart contract. So basically, it's that's such, I'm still processing what this all means. But this is giving actual utility to the BRC20 token that's on the Bitcoin blockchain. Everybody kind of thought it would just be a meme coin. They're just playing around on the Bitcoin blockchain. But then eventually everyone's wheels started turning and they're like, oh, they're trying to build a utility for Bitcoin. And it turns out that this utility is going to be using BRC20 tokens and having a BRC20 bridge to Ethereum. And it's not just a Bitcoin bridge, but it's a BRC20 bridge. And I don't think that's ever been done before. That's the true innovation here. It's not just a bridge. It's the BRC20 token bridge. VMPX token holders, I just read that. Every time a user burns Zen, of course. So this is back to the first one, the proof of burn. Every time a user burns Zen, corresponding burn records generated. The distribution of X1 tokens will be carried out equally among the holders of the burn record addresses based on the amount they've burned since the inception of the project until the token supply is exhausted. So this is a little different. It's not really front loaded. It's actually going to be a burn record over time. The total supply of XN ERC20 tokens is capped at 333 million, which is distributed across 333-day periods. Each 24-cycle period, exactly 1 million tokens will be available and shared among all participants. When participants deposit Zen into the smart contract, the Zen tokens are immediately burned. Corresponding shares of XN tokens are issued based on the total number of Zen burned. Explain the last paragraph like I'm 3. Let's see what it says here. Now imagine these coins like a big pie. The pie is going to be divided over 333 days. Each slice of pie, which is 1 million coins, is up for grabs. All right, this is a little too simple. When people burn Zen coins, they're essentially trading them for a share of the XN slice. The more Zen they burn, the bigger their piece of the XN slice. This happens every day for 333 days. Every day people burn their Zen, and in return, they get a piece of the XN slice. It's like a daily auction where Zen coins are the currency, and the item up for bid is the daily slice of XN coins. That's interesting. So you may not, it's almost like DB Zen then, kind of the tokenomics there. Yeah, that's Casey James, you're right on. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's kind of like a DB Zen lobby where some days it might be good to burn your Zen, and then other days it might not be good to burn your Zen. That's interesting. So in simple terms, it's a daily trade event or a lobby. You bring your Zen coins, destroy them, and get XN coins in return. This goes for 333 days with the new batch of XN coins available each day. Is it just stealing DB Zen's idea? I don't know if that's ChatGPT confusing things or what, but that does sound a lot like a DB Zen in the DB Zen lobby, which I love. I think that's awesome. I mean, that's a fair distribution. It also adds a bit of strategy and game theory to it. You don't necessarily want to burn everything on one day. There will be better days to burn things depending on gas and, all the tokenomics, popularity. Everybody's going to burn their thing at first, which would probably have the most rewards and the most bonus, but if there's less people burning further on, you might want to have some stashed when you can get a bigger slice of that pie because less people are participating. That's interesting. That's very cool. Interesting points about the light paper. Organize them in a 3 points outline. So what else is going on here? So it's a unique approach. It's going to be a EVM compatible solution with Bitcoin integration, aiming to revolutionize Bitcoin landscape, blockchain landscape. It's an open source project created with Polygon, and we know that. We know it's running on the Polygon edge. X1 blockchain also aims to bridge the divide between Bitcoin and EVM ecosystems. And that's the key right there. It's not just a Bitcoin bridge. If people want to bridge their Bitcoin to Ethereum, they can do that now. You can't bridge your BRC20s to Ethereum, and use them for DeFi. Imagine having some very expensive NFTs on Bitcoin, and you could bridge those over, or bridge over your BRC20 tokens and interact in the DeFi that's on Ethereum or on X1. That's interesting. X1 blockchain's native coin, XN, has a unique distribution mechanism linked to the Zen ecosystem activity on 11 different EVM chains. My theory is that they're going to link all the chains that Zen is currently on. And they kind of have the EVM thing figured out. EVM bridges exist. It's the same type of technology. It's all written in Solidity. I think they have that part figured out, but being able to bridge the BRC20s over from Bitcoin to Ethereum, that's going to be the main, the dessert, the main thing of the project, the innovation. The distributions achieved through the 3 different methods we discussed. And this is the thing. So VMPX serves as a bridge liquidity token. VMPX token holders can convert their tokens to X1 native coins on the X1 blockchain at a 1-to-3 ratio using a smart contract. So basically just swaps your VMPX for XN. The ultimate objective of the VMPX token is to facilitate seamless swaps between BRC20 and ERC20 tokens across the Bitcoin and Ethereum bridge. So VMPX is essentially going to be the center of the big utility that X1 is going to have. The bread and butter is going to be bridging BRC20s to ERC20s, and VMPX is the bridge token that's going to allow that to happen. And that's extremely bullish for VMPX, which is why I think it's going to get such a big allocation of X1. They need it to pick up utility, and they need it to pump, and they need it to be adopted. They need us to figure out how to go buy it. It has to be out there. And I think that's part of the reason why they're introducing it to Ethereum. And we're going to be able to mint the ERC20 version of Ethereum. And then we're probably going to be able to pair both sides on the X1 blockchain, where we have the VMPX token on the ERC20 and the VMPX token on the BRC20. And then you pair them in a pool and they kind of, earn rewards, and you're kind of validating the bridge. That's pretty sick. I really think this is super bullish, especially because of the popularity of the BRC marketplace. Everyone's going after XN. I'm starting to think VMPX is the real treasure. It is right now, especially when you consider market caps. Let's see. I don't even think VMPX would be on Dex Screener. Yeah. Maybe on CoinMarketCap. Let's see. This morning, it was only a $5 million market cap, and it's already up to a $12 million market cap. Imagine if it hits a $100 million market cap. It'll 10x. It'll be $1, and I could see that easily happening. $500 million market cap. That'd be wild, and it'd be possible. Especially as a utility token. Not only is it a rare new BRC20 token, had one of the biggest impacts on the Bitcoin blockchain. Everybody was talking about it that day we minted it. But then it also is the bridge token for the X1 blockchain. I mean, that adds the utility that we needed, and nobody's talking about that. I would be doing everything I could to get my hand on more VMPX. Excuse me. More VMPX. Whew. I take a sip of water out of my Zen mug. Shout out to the 18 watchers right now. Oh yeah, it's Friday. We got to do the Tree City DCA. We might as well get into that. This will be a quick one, but let's do it. What's up, everybody? It's Wes with Tree City Trading, here with another episode of the Tree City DCA. And oh man, what a week it's been. After the SEC attacks on the crypto markets, we can see we had a bloody week this week. We've done 4 weeks of $100 DCA, and our portfolio's down to $367. We're red across the board. Let's look at the all-time. We're looking like we're down the most on Cardano and Polygon right now, which are also some of our smaller holdings. So definitely bloody week. But when there's blood in the streets, it's a great time to do some DCAs. And I think today we're going to keep it straightforward. We had the big Zen ecosystem news today. So I want to stack some Satoshis. If you guys have been here before, I like to keep my certain ratios with my portfolio. So right now we're sitting at 35% Bitcoin, 30% Ethereum, and then just a sprinkling of vaults. But really, in CoinStats, you can see here that we're just red all over. So we're going to keep it real simple today. Today we're just going to buy $50 of Bitcoin and $50 of Cardano. That's actually going to put us at $100 of Cardano. The reason why I'm buying some Cardano is because it's one of the biggest dippers for today. If you come over to the cryptocurrencies list here, you see Cardano's fallen all the way to number 8 on the total market cap, and it's currently sitting at 28 cents. 28 cents is a buy for Cardano, and I know the SEC is coming after it. They labeled it a security. It's kind of looking like it might be an XRP situation, but I have faith in the project. I have faith in Charles Hoskinson. So we're going to buy $50 of Bitcoin and $50 of Cardano today. So as always, we'll come over here. We'll grab our calculator. And our first coin, we're going to buy some Bitcoin. The current price is $26,405, so we're going to buy $50 divided by 26,405, and we're going to buy 0.00189 Satoshis. And that should be about $50, so that should bring us up to about 180. And there we are, 179 Satoshis, and then we're also going to buy $50 of Cardano. I don't get to talk about Cardano very much because, I'm so into the Zen ecosystem right now, but Cardano is definitely one of my favorite projects. It's not quite as fair launch as Zen, but I do think it's one of the more decentralized blockchains in the game right now. And I don't want to pick a pair. Get out of here. So what are we doing? We're doing $50 divided by 28. Oops. Divided by 28 cents. I hit that wrong. And we're looking at buying 174 Cardano at 28 cents. I do believe that Cardano is going to get back to its all-time high in the next bull run. Everybody was saying a $10 Cardano with the SEC lawsuit. I doubt that's going to happen now, but I could easily see it getting back to $4, $5, $6. The market cap won't be too huge. It's not going to surpass Ethereum or Bitcoin or anything, but it's definitely possible. It's within the realm of possibilities. So we kept it pretty simple today. We're up to $179 of Bitcoin. We've got about $100 of ETH, $100 of Cardano, and a couple altcoins sprinkled in. So this is looking very similar to my actual portfolio, but so far after 5 weeks now, we've put $500 in. We're down about 10%, down $38, and we'll continue to DCA every week. These down weeks are great for buying the dip. So thank you guys for watching, and tune in next week as we DCA more into the Tree City DCA. Thank you. All right, sorry about that. We're back now. All right, so let's get back into the VMPX Zen ecosystem. I want my Bitcoin. I can't believe that. My transactions are stuck. They're probably going to go through like 3 in the morning and I'm going to be asleep. So head over to the mempool. Actually, let's check this out. Let's see if we can mint some X1 here. See, I had it connected to my node that I was running, but it's disconnected now, so I'm not sure what the... Let's actually delete this and then have it re-add. Unless we broke it. Did we break it? That'd be pretty funny too. That'd be the most Zen thing ever if the we broke the X1 DevNet trying to mint the VMPX. All right, let's see. So D says, the VMPX and the XN ecosystem is wild hot. Oh, I know. This freaking chart over here still is sitting at 10 cents. That's nuts. I still have these support and resistances drawn from launch day, so I wouldn't be surprised if we at least come up here and touch off this. Maybe we bounce around in here, do something like that. Hopefully we don't come up and get hard rejected. That would suck. There's nothing going on about DB's NFTs. Didn't have anything in the call about it. They did. They mentioned it. They said they're giving Roz time. You know, he has his own thing going on. It's kind of a separate project from Fair Crypto, but they want to see what happens with that. They specifically mentioned waiting to see what happens with the DB's NFTs and the Zen ecosystem, and that's pretty exciting. Serves Jack right. So let's see. Wanted to get to the is this down or am I just blocked? I don't know. I can't connect to the well, this one says I'm connected. Okay, we should be good now. Let's see. I might have minted too much, maybe. Yeah, now it's working. No, we're good. We're good. I'll be able to mint some. So you can come over to the test, get some test VMPX on the X1 testnet or the DevNet. It costs about 2 XN to mint. If you minted some Zen NFTs, you should have some XN in your wallet or some X1. I see people trying to get millions of VMPX, you know, just for fun on the DevNet. Why not? If you have the X1 testnet, you might as well, or the DevNet token, you might as well. So we're up to 156,000. I'll mint another one. And I'm sure what's going to happen is we'll have this token, then we'll be able to test the bridge on the DevNet over to the ETH, you know, like the Sepolia or the Gurley testnets. That'd be pretty sweet. So that should put us up to 190,000 or so. And look at that Gui, it's 17 right now. That's beautiful. 16.8. Go get some ETH. Go mint some NFTs. It's not financial advice. Yeah, and there we go, up to 195,000 VMPX on the DevNet test network. So that's fun. Something to do. And I feel like this is a challenge from Jack. You know, he's challenging all of us to learn about Bitcoin and learn about BRC20s. And I think he really believes that this is going to be the future of DeFi and the future of what's going to happen with Ethereum and being able to bridge your BRC20s to Ethereum. And I think X1, you'll be able to bridge BRC20s to every network that Zen's on. I don't know if that's going to be true. That's just kind of what I envision. Why else would we be testing Zen on all these different networks and everything? But let's go take a look. Kind of switch back to Zen here. So I hope everybody's having a good Friday. We're just hanging out, going over Zen, going over VMPX, checking out some charts. If there's any charts you guys want me to look at, I'd be happy to. You see DB Zen's taking a little bit of a hit. I saw Zen was down 30%. I think people are just trying to reallocate their funds. I believe a lot of people were ready to burn DB Zen, thinking that DB's NFTs would be a big allocation to X1. Allocation to X1 is going to come from burning Zen. So that's you'll be able to burn your Zen with DB Zen and DB's NFTs, but they're kind of waiting to see what happens there. You can see just across the board the DB Zen and the Zen networks, except for the weird red-headed stepchild. Look at Pulsechain up 20%. It's just doing the opposite of everything else in the Zen ecosystem. I mean, you can't really tell. It must be from this to this. Yeah, that's 30% right there. That's funny. So what else do we got going on here? Earlier tonight, I minted another NFT. I got it off at 16.5 Gui. That's exciting. That's super cheap. Really happy about that. I also I figured out how to use the one Gwei node over on BSC. So last night I started minting. I felt really bad for Binance US. And what happened, you know, they're getting shut down. They're not getting shut down, but they're no longer going to be a US dollar on-ramp. You're not going to be able to send US dollars there and buy crypto and cash it out. So that's really unfortunate. So I just kind of wanted to support the cause. I thought about minting on BSC before, and then I found out about the, what is this? This is not, that's old. So I found out about the one Gwei node. I looked into it. I bought some credits on Anchor, and you can see here we're actually minting these NFTs on BSC for one Gwei. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was like a rumor. I thought it was like a mystic thing that didn't actually exist. And it makes a huge difference if you come over to Zen Turbo. Whoops, not Zen Tub. And on the Zen mint monitor, and this is an invaluable tool if you're looking at minting, because you can figure out how short you can make your Zen mints and still break even at this price. And you can also set the Gwei on the estimated earnings. So if I flip this over to BSC, Binance Smart Chain, by default it wants to use a Gwei 5 because the Gwei is 5 right now. So if I minted for 50 days, one wallet would be negative 22 cents. So I would lose 22 cents by minting at the current Gwei. But by using the Anchor one Gwei node with their credits, I can actually mint it at one Gwei. And 55 term, rather than losing 20 cents, it's basically break even. You know, if I mint a 75 term, I'm making 2 cents, and that's only on one VMU. On BSC, you can do what is it, 475 VMUs, I believe. So multiply this by 475, and you're basically making 20-30 bucks on a 75-day BSC mint at this price anyway. But without the Anchor node, you're paying 5 Gwei, and then your break even's 247 days. So by having this one Gwei node and being able to mint ERC 721s, the Zen torrents, on Binance at one Gwei, I mean, that's kind of a game changer. That kind of gets me excited about Binance Smart Chain. As dirty as it feels, as gross as I feel for wanting to use Binance Smart Chain, I minted 4 ZenFTs for less than $100 last night. If you're not using the max VMU on Binance 475, if you're not using the one Gwei node, with it, it costs about $20 to do a max one. Without it, come on, let's try that again. So with it, it costs about $20. Without the 20 Gwei node, it's going to cost $73 to mint the same 0.28 BNB. So a third of a BNB almost, a quarter of a BNB to mint a max mint VMU. But with the one Gwei node, it's only 20 bucks. So that was kind of a surprise. Casey James says, Binance US is delisting all those pairs still, right? I don't think they're delisting anything, not that I know of. I believe what they're going to do is not be an on-ramp, so you won't be able to buy USDT or Bitcoin with your debit card or your bank account. They're not going to offer ACH. You'll be able to send Bitcoin or send USDT to Binance, trade, and then send the crypto. There's going to be no fiat on-ramp anymore. It's just going to be send in crypto, send out crypto. And that's because none of the banks will serve them. You know, they're not able to use Signature Bank, which the government took down. Once they got rid of Signature Bank, no other bank would take them on because of the risk. So they said they can't do it. They had to turn off USD deposits. But they're still solvent, apparently. That, you know, they still have all the crypto. They're not like closing shop. But who would send their crypto to Binance to trade it? Yeah, I'd rather send crypto to like a decentralized exchange and not risk it. So that's kind of interesting. How much BNB do I have? 17 bucks. Let's see if I can demonstrate the one Gwei node. It's done through Anchor. The trick is to use their RPC. Basically what an RPC is, it's a node. It's what your wallet connects to. So these things are different nodes that you're connecting to. And if there's one slow node, you can connect to a different node. That's why I have like 20 different polygons here, because certain nodes are always broken. I wasn't sure if I had the BNB one in here already. Yeah, and basically you come over here to their endpoints. You can load up their endpoint here. You can add the network to your MetaMask, and this will create the RPC within your MetaMask. So I'm adding BSC by Anchor. It's through their node rather than some random node. So now the tricky part that I had to figure out, I don't want to spill the beans too much, but you can actually buy their credits. Once you buy their credits for their premium, then you can set the Gwei to one Gwei. So I'll demonstrate for you. I have $17 BNB. Let's see if I can get it off. Might have to go a little smaller on the VMU since I only have $17. But by default, this max mint 475 VMU would cost $122 to mint, almost a half of BNB. I could just come in here and set the Gwei to 1. Of course, it's not going to let me because I don't have enough funds. Let's see if we can do like a 200 VMU. So this 200 VMU at the recommended market Gwei would cost $51. If I come in here and change this to 1, it's going to cost me $10 to do a 200 VMU max term mint. So that saves $40 to mint this NFT. Now watch. Since I set the Gwei to 1, it shouldn't go through, right? It should fail. I shouldn't be able to mint at 1 Gwei when BSC is set to 5 Gwei. You know, I set that to 1 Gwei. It's the gas price is currently 1, but since I'm using the Anchor RPC with the credits that I purchased, this should complete at 1 Gwei, and I should get a 200 VMU that I paid $10 instead of the $50 at the current Gwei that everyone else has to pay. That's kind of some alpha right there. I wasn't gonna spill the beans on that one, but I can't hold back. I'm not hiding anything. It does take a few seconds. It is a little slower because you're using their Gwei, their node. It's got to stuff that transaction in once it's ready, and there we go. So I just finished it. I did a 200 VMU. I minted it at 1 Gwei. The gas fee was $8. So that would have cost $50 if I didn't use the RPC from Anchor. But since I used the Anchor RPC, it cost me 1 Gwei, and I minted it for $8. Crazy. So that led me to realize not only can you use the 1 Gwei node to mint those, but that's the reason why they're so cheap over on OpenSea. You can actually buy them, and it's really a $3 or $4 difference. They're basically minting these with the 1 Gwei node, bumping the price up $5. Need to make sure this is the one on Binance. Zion says, am selling everything, disappointed by Jack. They don't even like him. Bitcoin BRC20. They always think he's a joke. I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares at all. He's not in it for people to like him. The BRC20 is a game changer for Bitcoin, especially in this political environment. So being able to bridge from BRC20s to ERC20s using X1, that's extremely bullish for X1, for VMPX, and for Zen. You know, everyone's mad because they're saying VMPX is getting 1/3, but what about the other 2/3 of the allocation? You know, you can participate in all 3/3, so it's not like it's not like a traditional blockchain where there's VCs that own 75% and the people that can participate in the pre-sale get a little sliver. Everybody can participate in all 3 things, so I don't understand. But as I was saying, if you come over to OpenSea, you take a look at the ZenFT on BSC, and you come over to the categories, and you click on the Zenturions. You can buy a Zenturion here for 0.09. It's only 23 bucks. That's why, because they're using the 1 Gwei node to mint it. So technically, if you want some Zenturions that are extremely cheap, head over to Binance and buy them on OpenSea. You don't necessarily need to set up the 1 Gwei node. You're basically just giving them $3. You know, they're selling these extremely cheap and just making a couple bucks off each one. So. And it's okay. I mean, I think the problem is we all had our own expectations of what Zen and X1 would be. And I probably played into that. You know, I had what I thought it was going to be. You know, I was feeding all that information into GPT and trying to figure out exactly what they were talking about in their interviews. And it told me exactly what the moon party was going to be and how the allocations would work. And it's just different. It's different than what we expected. But now that I'm starting to wrap my head around it and how X1 is going to kind of be a central hub for all of crypto, that really blows my mind. Like, I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with Cosmos and Atom, but the Cosmos ecosystem, that layer 0 technology, that is game changing. You know, that's what these other blockchains are built on. You know, Binance and BNB and, you know, all these other blockchains are built on that mint, what's it called? Something mint. Yeah, I can't remember. But I kind of envision the X1 as being that, where it's going to be Bitcoin and Avalanche and Ethereum, and everybody's going to be able to move their BRC20 tokens and their ERC20 tokens and participate in DeFi and, you know, do the different Zen things. I think everyone really wanted it to be, oh, I'm going to burn my Zen and get a huge allocation. Which is still the fact. I mean, that's still the case. It's just not the allocations that we wanted. But there are still no VC allocations. There's still no, you know, marketing wallets. You can participate in the VMPX, and he's challenging you to go learn how to buy VMPX so you can participate in the bridge and the liquidity and be a part of the future that involves DeFi and Bitcoin and, you know, these BRC20s and the ordinals, and and that's exactly right, Tech Ken. He's using Zen to teach his people all about crypto, and it really is. I mean, I've been participating in DeFi on Avalanche and Binance Smart Chain and all these different blockchains, Polygon and Phantom, and, you know, learning about like Spooky Swap and Pancake Swap and all these different swaps. And it's really just kind of teaching me all these different things. And I'll be honest, Bitcoin has been the most challenging one. It really has been. I lost a lot of Bitcoin on the first day because I didn't set my gas fees properly, and it was a lesson learned. Now I kind of know, you know, what to expect and how to be more careful. And I say that as I have 2 fucking transactions locked in the mempool. But when I started, I didn't know what the mempool was and how this all worked. Hey, look at that. I wish I could turn on my VPN without booting you guys off. I think that Bitcoin just hit my exchange. Let me see. BitGet deposit successful. So now I got another $100 on BitGet. That's fun. Cool. Got some stuff to play with. I'm excited. Need to get some more Satoshis though into the Unisat. Anyone here buy VMPX? I'll buy some off you. I'm telling you, man, definitely get the Unisat wallet and use Rubik. Rubik is by far the easiest. Yeah, if you're familiar with Phantom or Polygon, it's extremely cheap too. I mean, if you're only familiar with Ethereum, that works. But if you have a bunch of Matic, just come over to Matic, or come over to Rubik.network, click on Polygon, click on Matic, send the amount of Matic you want, go to your Unisat wallet, grab the address, paste it in here, and you'll end up with a bunch of Bitcoin in your Unisat wallet. The fees aren't bad at all, especially from Polygon and Phantom. They're extremely cheap. There's no protocol fee, there's no network fee. It uses the Lightning Network, and it'll end up in your Taproot wallet. This is an aggregator, so right now it's using the centralized Change Now network, but other times it uses like different ones, you know, different routes, and it works really well. Once you get Unisat, just head over to the Unisat marketplace. So once you're on unisat.io, you click on marketplace here. And this is how much these are. So if you wanted to buy $125 worth, you just click on buy. It'll connect your Unisat wallet. Yeah, this needs to be refreshed. So the price is currently at 10 cents on Unisat. If you want to pay a premium to buy a little less, you know, you could pay 12 cents and it would be for $96 worth. You come in here, you confirm. Obviously, I don't have enough Satoshis in my wallet, so and that's pretty much it. Hell yeah, in your Unisat wallet, you want to make sure you have it on your Taproot address as well. So if you click on the gear down here, you go to address type. It's kind of like how BNB has BNB2 and BEP20, you know, BEP2 and BEP20. There's native SegWit and native Taproot. These are both Bitcoin, but these are actually interchangeable, so you can set them to each other. So if your Bitcoin's in your native SegWit, you can just copy your Taproot address and send it from your SegWit to your Taproot address. Rubik, yeah, it's Rubik.exchange. It's a cool exchange. I mean, I've used this for years. I wonder if I could pull up my history here. Yeah, it doesn't have any. Oh, it can do limit orders too. That's kind of cool. Cross-chain limit orders. That's wild. I wonder if it has a Zen or DB Zen in here. That'd be sick. I would set a limit order on DB Zen with Rubik. Let's see. So come on over here, grab the DB Zen contract address, paste it into Rubik. And there we go, DB Zen. It's got the logo and everything. That's pretty sick. And this is cross-chain too, so if you didn't want to set the order on ETH, you could set it with like Polygon. Oh, maybe not. I see. This is all wrap stuff. So if I wanted to set... That's sick. I haven't done this yet. That's pretty cool. Show us how to copy from native to Taproot. Yeah, no problem. It's really simple. So open up your Unisat wallet here and you click the gear down here in the bottom right. It's the settings. Once you're in the settings, you have your address type. This contains all 4 of your addresses. So you have your native SegWit, your nested SegWit, your Taproot, and your legacy. It's as simple as sending from your native SegWit address, which is right here. You can click this little clipboard. It'll copy the address. It's as simple as from sending as this address to your Taproot address. So what I would do is I would click on my Taproot address. I would copy, make sure I have it copied, and I'll paste it up here. Here's my Taproot address. Now I'll switch it over. I'll click on the gear. I'll switch it onto SegWit. So I have my Taproot address copied. I'm in my SegWit wallet. Now I paste my Taproot address in here and just send all my Satoshis. I don't have any Satoshis to send, but I could actually send them in here if I had them. You also want to be mindful of the gas. Right now this is at 17 sats per virtual byte. This is adjustable, so you can set it as much as you need to. You can, yeah, you can send it from your SegWit address to your Taproot address inside the Unisat wallet. It's all on the Bitcoin network. It's safe. I've done that a million times too. So you basically just send it from. And doing it this way kind of sucks because you have to do 2 transactions, so you're losing out on twice the transaction fee. But if you have a exchange like Coinbase that doesn't support Taproot, you can send it to your SegWit from Coinbase and then from SegWit to Taproot. So it's a little workaround. But the nice thing about using something like Rubik with the swap, it'll actually send it right to your Taproot address, which is great. And see how this is an aggregator? It's actually comparing the prices between Uniswap, 1inch, SushiSwap, Paraswap, Curve. So it's an awesome tool. And these are just different ways to get your crypto into Bitcoin. Let's see here. All right. Well, okay, you just did it. Hopefully it's quick. What you can do then is to monitor it, you go over to the Unisat wallet, grab the sending address, so you're sending it from SegWit, grab your SegWit address, and then head over to mempool.space, which is this site. It's basically a visual block explorer type thing. It'll show you the mempool, really. Meme pool, not meme pool. Oh god, what's this gonna be? Stop it. So you go to mempool.space, you paste your address in the top right. It'll show you all your transactions for your address, and you'll want to click on this link. And when you click on this link, it'll show you where you're at in the block pool. So you can see this white arrow is after this white line. That means this transaction's already been confirmed. So I'm on the other side of this white line. The transaction's confirmed. I have 3 confirmations. It showed up in my wallet. I overpaid on my effective fee. It is what it is. But when you first send the transaction, the white triangle is gonna be on the left here, and it should say, it might be pointing to this box, and this box will be processed in 49 minutes because these users selected 13 Satoshis per virtual byte. But these users selected 20 Satoshis per virtual byte, which is a higher gas fee, so they get to front run all these guys in the mempool, and they're next up to be confirmed by the miners. So this white dash right here are the miners. When these blocks move over to the other side of the dashed line, that means they're confirmed and the transaction's done. So it's really just about watching these transactions and when they get confirmed in the pool. Hopefully that makes sense. It already showed up? Hell yeah. Isn't that sweet? I mean, you're learning here, Ken. I like it. I like it. Let me switch up the music here. We ran out of tunes. No vocals. Yeah, so now that it showed up already, now you can go over to the Unisat marketplace and take a look at what's available here. Looks like the price over on Unisat. Now this was 12 cents earlier, so it came down a little bit. I think people are figuring out the arbitrage with BitGet. They're going and buying some on BitGet or Gate.io, then they're moving it over here, and they're able to undercut the higher sellers, and that's how that arbitrage, and eventually there won't be an arbitrage, and it'll be the same on the centralized exchanges as Unisat. But it's good. It's a good practice. What you can do is come over to CoinMarketCap, type in VMPX, and then click on the Markets tab. And the Market tab on VMPX will show you all the markets that it's selling at. So I just moved $100 to BitGet, and it's going for 12 cents. Well, I'm pissed because now on Unisat, it's only going for 10 cents. So if I had my Bitcoin in Unisat, it's actually a little cheaper. But now it's on the centralized exchange, so I'm kind of screwed there. So if you go, Ken, go over to unisat.io and click on Marketplace. This will show you the... Here, let me refresh this so we can see. So then in the top left, you'll see it says Ordi. This is the token you're looking at. So when you click on Marketplace and you click on Ordi, you're gonna want to switch Ordi out for VMPX. So click on Ordi, type in VMPX, then this will show you all the auctions for VMPX that are happening right now. And then each of these are, if you're familiar with an NFT marketplace, these are essentially packs of VMPX. So someone's selling 5,000 VMPX for 380 sats at 10 cents each. So since it's 5,000 for 10 cents each, it's going to be $500 or 1.9 million sats. It's a little different than a DEX because it's not a swap one for one. You can only buy them in these packs, in these inscribed packs of VMPX. And some people take advantage of that. You know, you can buy more for cheaper, but if you only want to buy $100, then you have to buy this pack, which costs 11 cents. And you get 820 VMPX at 11 cents each for $94. So hopefully that makes sense. You can see there's some orders being listed and all that. But yeah, that's basically how that works there. You just get it into your Taproot Unisat wallet, you click on the marketplace, you switch out this to VMPX, so you're looking at the VMPX auctions, and then you can place an order and buy, you know, whatever I guess they're not auctions, I think of them as NFTs. This is what an NFT marketplace is. And the cheapest NFT is always first, but it's 10 cents, but it's also $500. So if you don't have $500 in Bitcoin, you can't just buy part of this. You know, that's just how it works. That's where the centralized exchanges come in. There's a little more flexibility. I can buy exactly the amount of VMPX I want, and then when I request it, it sends it right to my wallet. I just set my Unisat wallet to Taproot, and then no problem. There you go. And Casey James, that's interesting. I mean, it really depends. I think the price of VMPX is really where you're looking at it. You know, this one is the Gate.io price on the VMPX USDT pair. That's currently 9 cents. But if you come over to CoinMarketCap, so it's 9 cents on Gate, 9 cents on BitGet, it's 10 cents on Bitmart, 9 cents. So that's interesting. So now it's actually, within the last 10 minutes, it's actually cheaper to buy it on the centralized exchanges now and more expensive on the decentralized marketplace. So you're gonna YOLO 100? Hell yeah, you're getting one of these 820 packs. That's what's up. Make sure you keep your seed phrase safe. You know, it's just like any other wallet, any DeFi wallet. You know, don't connect it to any malicious sites. They'll steal all your Bitcoin. For sure. But yeah, I mean, this whole Zen pivot is kind of a pivot for me too. I'm actually learning. I'm least familiar with the BRC20s and the ordinals and the inscriptions. So this is forcing me to learn more, and I love it. You know, I love diving into this stuff that I'm not familiar with. It's been a blast. figuring out how to buy this VMPX and move it around safely, how the mempool works. Earlier, I when my transactions were stuck, I was looking into what that how to do the gas fee trick like you can with an EVM. And on Bitcoin, it's the replace by fee, but not every transaction supports it. It's only if it's a certain type of transaction. And there's SegWit transactions and Taproot transactions, and there's these weird fee rates, the sats over VBs instead of GUI. It's just a whole different thing, a whole learning experience, and having a blast doing it, that's for sure. So what else we got going on? I think that's going to be it for me. It's been a fun Friday night. We've been talking all about Zen, all about VMPX, all about X1, getting hype. Got to show off the new shirt. Hope you guys like it. Might have a store popping up soon, just kind of testing out some t-shirts, testing out some different things. But I hope you guys have a good Friday night. It's been a wild day. Time to get some sleep. But you guys can expect some more alpha on the Bitcoin and the BRC20s and VMPX, what that's going to look like in the X1 system and with Zen and everything. So thanks for sticking around. I hope you guys have a good Friday, and we will be back later this weekend. Thank you very much. Peace out. TreeCityTrading's out.